Hey Gemini, so this is your August 2020 reading. If we're just repeating the cards from your last reading as the audio did not come through very good. So this is just basically the audio of your reading. So I'm not going to go through the first lot of cards, we're just going to go through your tarot reading. So we're going to start with your first card, which was the Hanged Man. So hopefully the audio will come through clearer on this so you'll be able to understand your reading for the month of August. So this is wisdom, circumspection, discernment, trials, sacrifice, intuition, and divination. So this is your first card, which is the current you now position. So I can see you're coming into a point of wisdom through trials and sacrifice. Maybe you're sort of delving into things of intuition, divination, and prophecy-based learning. So your second card, which is your crossing, obstacle and or issue card. So this is what's coming in as a crossing issue for you, and that is the King of Wands in its upright. So when we talk about the King of Wands, we're talking about a dark man, friendly, can be a countryman, and he's normally generally married. He's honest and conscientious, so a very honest, genuine person coming through of could be a male gender. Then we go to your third card, so that's what's hanging above you, crowning you, hope, sort of your issues hanging above you card. So that we got none other than the Ace of Cups in its upright. So aces are always new seeds of things coming in, and cups regard things of love and feeling. So when we look at the Ace of Cups in its upright, it's giving a seed away of love. So therefore maybe a new interest is coming in, and or person that's sort of taking your fancy. But when we look at the ace, it's always sort of a house of true heart, joy, contentment, abode, nourishment, abundance, fertility. Can also mean felicity and hereof. So it's about something new coming in, something nice and fresh, and something that's bringing joy and contentment. So your fourth card, which is your past, and this is your leaving you energy. So this is very much a past energy now, and that's none other than the Seven of Wands. So when we look at the Seven of Wands, we see this gentleman standing above everyone else. So he's found higher ground. It's usually a card of valor. On the surface. So when we look at the sixth, that's an attacking one, but when we look at the seventh, he's made higher ground. So even though the battle is still very much ongoing, he is standing above all the wands. So this is sort of standing in a vantage position. We look at on an intellectual plane, it signifies discussion, wordy strife, and in business it can regard negotiations or war of trade and barter. Then we look at your fifth card, which is your foundation card. So this is sort of the grounding point of the reading, and you got none other than your own card, Gemini, which is of course the Lovers. So the Lovers is attraction, love, beauty, trials, overcome. So this is a card of good omenship, really. It's all about attraction coming in, love for oneself, love for another, through beauty and or love-based interest. Then we move on to your sixth card, and that is your future card, general future, for this reading, for the energy of this reading. And you got none other than the Ace of Swords. Now again, as I said before, aces are seeds of new beginnings, and swords are our thoughts. So therefore the Ace, always being a positive card also because it's a beginning of something, is triumph to an excessive degree in everything. It's conquest, triumph of force. It is a card of great force, and also this can be in regards to love as well as in hatred. So it's neither necessarily sort of positive and or negative. It's more about the fact it's extremely powerful in what it's regarding, and that it's new in what it's regarding. Being an ace is the beginning of a cycle, 10 being the ending. So then we move on to your seventh card, which is none other than your advice for this current energy reading. So that's what you need to know sort of moving forward, and you've got none other than the Eight of Pentacles, but that is in its reverse. So when the Eight of Pentacles is reversed, that's avoided ambition, that's vanity, that's extraction, and that's sort of comes to a sort of more of a negative sort of undercurrent with the Pentacle card. In its eight and its upright, that's commission, craftsmanship, skill, and sort of employment, because this gentleman is very skilled at what he does. He's sort of meticulously making his pentacles without even really thinking about it. He's obviously done this job for so long and so experienced in it that he can pretty much do it with his eyes shut. Can do it on autopilot. But when you turn the card over in its reverse state, it's avoided ambition and vanity, and it can also mean sort of boredom within what you're doing. So then we move on to your 8th card, which is your view from others. So this is how other people from the outside of the situation view you looking in. And that's none other than the 10 of Swords in its upright. So the 10 of Swords is whatever is intimate by the design is also pain, affliction, tears, sadness, and desolation. So this guy is flat out. He's got 10 swords stuck in his back. He ain't going anywhere. He's literally been backstabbed. He's taken all that he can, and he's just flat out, literally on the ground. He cannot literally take any more or go any further. He's one breath from actually carking it. So pretty much, this is trying to tell you that you have taken all that you can bear, moved as far as that you can go, and it has actually laid you flat out. You're at a point where you've taken all that you can bear, and that there is just nothing left to do. Then your 9th card, which is view from others, and how, your 9th card, which is now hopes and fears. I'm repeating what I just said. So 9th card, hopes and fears, which is represented by the same card, and you've got none other than the 6 of Cups, but that is in its reverse. So the 6 of Cups is sort of, it's a memory card usually. It's normally reminiscing of times past. So childhood years and happiness and enjoyment. Now when it's reversed, it's the future renewal. That's which will come to pass presently. So when it's in its upright, it's reminiscing of times that have long been gone. But in its reverse, which it currently is, it means past current. So this is recent past. So this is happening right now and is just leaving you now. This isn't reminiscing of 20 plus years back when you were a child. This is reminiscing of current childhood passing. And then your 10th card, which is the outcome for this reading, Gemini, is none other than the Blessed Devil card. So the devil, we know, is ravage, violence, extraordinary efforts, force, fatality, which is perceived for predestination, not for evil reasons. It means addiction, it means bondage, it means things not for your highest good, it means being shackled, it can be making choices which are not for your best interests. It has a real undertone of nasty, basically. So maybe you're making some choices that are not for your best interest. Maybe you have people around you leading you astray. Maybe you have addictional issues, or issues around sort of addiction-based thought patterns. But there's a real undertone of not making right choices here in August, because this is the outcome for this reading. So with this current energy, this is where you're heading, to the devil. So Gemini, that is a bit of a warning that you must be very careful with the choices through August. Otherwise you could end August in a devil-like energy. And then when we look at your 11th card, which is the energy at the bottom of the deck. So this is an underlying energy in the background. So this is sort of an advice card, and it's perfectly matched with that devil card because it's the strength card, which is also a sign of Leo, which of course August is the month of Leo's birthday. So that's lovely to see that coming through as well. So strength is power, energy, action, it's courage, it's magnetism, it's having the strength to move forward. It's having the backbone to do what is actually needed to move forward in the right direction. So I'm seeing that that's very much needed in August, as your outcome was the devil card. So Gemini, that's just your audio reading of your tarot for August. I hope this does come through a bit better for you and you're able to actually hear your reading on this one. And my apologies for the audio not coming through on your last one. So that's the end of the round of readings for August now. I'll be back sort of mid-August to do other readings. We may do a pick a card and some other things. I'm just sort of working out a bit of a guidings list for August at the moment. So look forward to that in the near future. And until then, light and love to all you, my little sweeties, and enjoy August. Bye, Gemini.